Yes, Patrick, we're going to have a couple of new people on who I think have tried to prepare themselves, so they're ready to go.
Okay. Are there any questions there or anything before we get started?
Well, yes, I had a small one. On your passport example that you sent out, you had blacked out the passport number, and I'm not sure what that other number was that you blacked out.
It's the same passport number down below, too.
Well, there's one. The passport number's on the left, but then there's a number in the middle that you blocked out. I couldn't recognize. So is that just because you don't want to advertise your numbers in the examples, or should we send ours in that way?
No, you send the passport in, your passport in,
right,
the way it is. Okay.
No, I
just blocked out the numbers that were pertinent to me. Okay.
On the
example, I gave you an example. Okay.
Right.
Don't read anything more into this than what it's an example.
Right. Okay.
Okay. I just didn't want you to have my pertinent information.
That's what I figured, but I wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry I jumped down your throat at times, but basically, you've got to start thinking, okay?
Well, I figured
this isn't that complicated.
Right. But in court they don't want you to put your full account numbers in court documents. Of course, we're not.
And basically, you're not going to get into court anymore.
Right, and we're not in court.
Okay. And when you do go into court, you just give them your passport and say, "Here, settle the damn thing."
Sure.
Okay. People don't know how important this damn passport is. Okay. Passport. That means you're able to pass by something. You have safe passage and safe harbor. But under the communist regime that we have, communist government regime that we have in place in this country, since the communism system claims all ownership of everything, you're only given in return privileges. So this is a privileged passport for safe passage and safe harbor to be drawn against the Federal Reserve or the Federal Treasury. Okay? This is the golden calf that basically Moses in the Mosaic laws condemned and did away with. And then it resurrected its head again as the Jezebel temple system later on. I think under Jeremiah or something. And then it, all the way through the Old Testament, it kept raising its head back up again. And you need to beat it back down. Because we're supposed to be a national, okay? From the land, okay? We are an individual. We're not a party member, okay? So forget all this stuff about being a member. Learn to live your life as an individual, that you can still love your neighbor, that you don't have to party up to them. It's when you start partying up that you start getting the false understandings and everything in the process. I've tried to make this whole system out here so that you people would become individuals. I tried to give you examples, but I didn't want you to use my examples and basically go out and get yourself in trouble with them. You need to reword them into where you understand them and to be able to defend them. I'll defend my stuff, but I gave you examples of here's what I'm doing. Now, basically, you make it your own. People don't even know that basically in the Bible, we were given a flag, the people's flag in the Bible, all the way back from Adam and Eve. And they never understood what that flag was, with the snake, and then underneath the snake saying, "Don't tread on me." That goes all the way back to the beginning of the Bible with Adam and Eve and the snake in the damn tree. The snake was trying to be over Adam and Eve at that point in time, and then got knocked down out of a tree and put under the foot of man. The snake is not supposed to tread on us. We're supposed to tread on it. Keep it stomped down in the grave. Cover up that little snake hole so it doesn't pop his head out again. But oh no. Basically in the church and the state system that they have out here, they keep putting flags up. Oh, rally around this flag. This flag is what we're out here to defend. From the Crusades, from the church flags, from the government flags that are out here. And there's only one purpose for those type flags: to blow in the wind. In other words, it's a blow job of the flag. And basically, a government that rallies in that regards, there is one goal in a blow job, and that is to suck you dry. Now, this is all in commercial intercourse, not sexual intercourse. But the same terms apply. See, people don't think about this. Oh, they're too damn prudish or Puritan in their thought patterns. And then they sit out here and they try and go from one rabbit hole to another. Oh, well, basically, you might have something here. Let's go over and check this guy out over here. Is he out of a system? No. Because basically, if they're not addressing the passport, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Because that passport is also a passbook account. It's all about banking out here. I've told you people that before. It's all about banking and the exchangement. Even in the churches, they're trying to rip you off in the collection basket. Here, give 10%. You're supposed to give 10% to church. I don't know where that one ever came up with, but basically they've sold that one down to the people very good over the years. Yes, the people's flag from the very beginning of the Bible has been the snake. And then the words, "Don't tread on me." And you can get that flag in quite a few different places out here on the internet. That is your flag. Your flag is not the red, white, and blue stripes. That's a government flag. That's not the people's flag. So stop rallying around the damn government. And see, the government can be replaced. We've had 3 forms of government in this country. We had the original Constitution government. which was a non-for-profit government. Then in 1871, under the 14th Amendment, they created the United States of America government as a for-profit government, which is in violation of the original charter. And then under Woodrow Wilson, they brought in the communist government, form of government. And basically, and that was done a lot by the usage of the Pledge of Allegiance. Because if you read the Pledge of Allegiance, it says, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic for which it stands. Now wait, there's two different things there. You're giving a pledge or an oath to a flag and then to the republic. You're part of the republic. You don't need to give a pledge to the republic. You were pledged by birth. And then to give a oath to a flag, that is totally ludicrous. But see, that's how the communists got you to basically separate yourself from being a national. Because you cannot hold allegiance to two at the same time. And since you pledged allegiance to the flag, then basically the flag claimed everything that you had, claimed the ownership of everything, and turned around and made you a U.S. citizen. You have to go in and surrender that U.S. citizen passport, purge yourself of all your indiscretions.
Said Pat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's somebody who wanted to say something? Okay.
Sorry, I think it might have been unmuted.
Oh, okay. So anyway, you have to basically purge yourself of all your indiscretions. You surrender your U.S. citizen passport, and you do whatever. See, mine was basically expired in 1995. Now, in that book, I also posted what page 3 and 4 said on it, and it talked about how you lose your nationality. But the new passports, they talk about how you lose your U.S. citizenship. Two different things. And they're trying to make, and that's what I got back from the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton's office, back in 2009 or 2010, somewhere in that time frame, a letter, and basically said, you really don't want to do this, lose your U.S. citizenship. And I said, yes, I do, but I didn't know how to basically enforce it at that point in time. Now I do, and it's all through the passport. You line out U.S. citizen and U.S. citizenship. You initial and date those. It's a contract. That's all these things are, is contracts. And you, as one of the parties to the contract, can modify that contract. So you line it out, you initial and date what you don't like. Now, to use there's two forms to do this with. The DS-11 which is initial passport request, or a passport request in case you've lost yours and don't know what the number was or anything like that and can't track it down to the Passport Bureau. You apply for a new passport. But if you've ever had one, you have a pass book bank account, because that passport number is a 9-digit number. So it's a banking number. Your Social Security is a banking number. It's 9 digits. But it's got dashes in there to identify what usage that is supposed to be used for. Your EINs, and basically you would get an estate EIN for the U.S. citizen. Now you have a bank routing number to basically have the transmitting utility for that account. It's the 9-digit passport number that we should have been using on all the 1099 A, B's, and C's, or whatever, A's and C's and OIDs that we've been putting out there. That's the account number, or basically the identification number. Because this passport gives you identification. It's got your picture on it. Can the certificate of live birth be really used for any valid identification? No. It has no markings from you, only a name. Your DD-214, your Social Security card, there is no identification on that, only a name. Those are instruments, banking instruments. That's all that they are. It's the passport that basically is giving you identification and giving you the right of safe passage and safe harbor. But as a citizen, they give you only a privilege, and then they can take the privilege away from you and knock your door down and come in on you anytime they want to. But if you are a non-citizen national and they try that, they're going down. But you do not fight them. You will be able to take care of that later on, when they don't have all the guns strapped on. You go into a court. We've said all along that these are foreign courts. Well, about a week or so ago there, I said, yeah, we're going into foreign court and we're speaking a foreign language. So we need to have an interpreter in that court. I didn't catch it right then and there that basically also we're going into this foreign court and it's like going into a foreign country or a foreign nation. You have to have a passport to get into that country. So to get into this court, you have to have your passport. You don't have your passport, you're not properly identified. You're just a rogue person out here, and that is why they treat you as such. It's that damn simple. Now you do the DS-11, and you'll have to have that one signed off by somebody because they have to apply their seal on it. But when you come in as a non-citizen national, read the instruction. In the instructions, it talks about a no-fee passport. Well, as a non-citizen national, it is an obligation of the government, whatever form of government we have, that they are to give us that passport free. Our identification. Only if you're a U.S. citizen in their system do you have to pay. The same thing for all court fees and everything. If you have your non-citizen national passport, of course, if you have that, you should never get into a court action again. But if you have your U.S. citizen passport, you use that because and have them draw the funds out of your passbook, a bank account, instead of paying out of your back pocket. See, that is one of the privileges of being a member. But you have to get your membership identification paper as a U.S. citizen. And then all charges that are in the court, all taxes and everything. You basically use this passport to set them off. The U.S. citizen passport. Now, the non-citizen national doesn't owe any taxes, okay? And I'm working on trying to, I don't know whether I'll be able to get it up or not tomorrow for posting, because my mom's shutting down her internet. But I'm done, okay? I put all the documents out there that you people need. You can take the bill of exchange that I've had out there in the past and modify it. One as a American national bill of exchange, and the other one as a U.S. federal bill of exchange. Forget the international part of it. Okay? You make them a U.S. federal bill of exchange, and then you use your EIN number as your bank routing number, and your passport as your bank account number, because it's your passbook bank account. See, you go overseas, okay, and you lose all your money. You lose your passport. Now, one of the key things with this passport, you had better memorize that passport number, because that will be the most important number out here. Not the Social Security number, not any other. Your passport number. They can pull that up on the computer at a foreign or a American consulate overseas and get you a new passport. With that number, they can also draw funds out of your passbook account, bank account, federal bank account, so that you can either complete your trip or you can have funds to go back home. But see, most people don't know that. And this whole federal banking system that we have out here, this communist banking system, is basically condemned in Exodus, or I think it was Exodus, to where Moses comes down out of the mountains there, and basically they're worshiping a golden calf. This federal monetary banking system that we have is the calf, because it uses Kafir accounts. I don't know how more obvious that is about being the golden calf. Okay, now I've got the documents up there about going into the International Court of Trade. You need to give them a copy of your passport in there. You need to give them your affidavit of terminating and purging yourself of all your indiscretions about being a U.S. citizen and claiming back your full rights under expatriation to be a non-citizen national. And then you submit all your documents into that International Court of Trade and tell them to liquidate that account, to probate that account. And it should be handled by a tribunal.
What side?
Because it's going in under the customs and trade rules and regulations that have been out here for eons. Okay? And then basically get your other one off to the National Passport Center, Processing Center, and that is located in Philadelphia.
Okay.
And that's where we got our 98 or 99, whatever, our foreign grantor trust EIN. And then with our new passport as a non-citizen national, we will have our passbook savings account as a national, and then we will have our transmitting bank routing number as our 98 or 99 or whatever, our foreign grantor trust EIN, and then we can do a national, an American national bill of exchange against the real assets, against our inheritance. Okay, I'm done. I've told you everything you need to know. Now, if you don't believe me, go and listen to all the damn YouTubes and everything else you want to listen to, and have a good time.
Patrick, this is Nancy. I'm brand new. I'm on the call for the first time tonight, and I just had a quick question for you about using the court trump card as a counter affidavit in court. I'm assuming you can use it with any court case because there's underwriting with each court case, whether it's a mortgage or foreclosure.
You need to have a passport. Do you have a passport?
I do.
Is it up to date?
In the old model of U.S. citizen, yes.
Okay. You surrender that into the court and tell them to settle the account.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
See, you are a federal citizen, and basically you give them the order to take it out of your passbook account. They will have to take the funds out of it. It's a banking. Think of it as a commercial bank, and you have a passbook savings account.
Yep, I got it.
And basically you have a bill. You tell them, take it out of the passbook savings account.
Hey, Michelle, how you doing? See, it's raining out there. Hey, John, how you doing?
That's
Yeah,
great. I know the courts are banks, so that makes a lot of sense to me, Patrick. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and see, that's all that we've been missing. And see, you can't go into that court without a passport.
No, this is this is kind of raining.
Someone's got their speaker on, or basically their mic open. They need to mute out.
Is that why they just do whatever they want with you, because you don't even have a passport and they're just treating you like some rogue idiot?
Right, because you're not coming in there properly identified.
Right. Right.
And see, if you have a passport, A passport is a guarantee for safe passage and safe harbor.
Right through the courts.
Yeah, even while you're in court.
Yes.
Just don't bend over and kiss that damn red, white, and blue flag.
Right.
You can take your snake flag in there with you if you want to. Say, here's my flag.
Okay. Great.
But don't do that while you're still classified as a U.S. citizen, because basically then they might shoot you.
That's right. Then they do something to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, you're not a good little communist member. You're supposed to give everything over to the state.
Right. Well, I've been a good communist member and been trying to fight it and losing every step of the way, so I get it.
Yeah. I mean, we've tried just everything out there, and the one thing that we never did, just like I wanted to have an interpreter in the court case. Well, if we're coming in and we're speaking a foreign language, and we are, you need to have an interpreter there. But the court is the one that has to supply the interpreter, because it's for their benefit to have the interpreter, not for ours. We know what the hell we're saying. Okay? And then also you need to come in there with the right protections. And the right protections are that you have your passport.
Great.
The one thing that nobody would think about, thinking that, hey, passport's only for
foreign travel.
going overseas. Well, no. All of these courts and everything, they took over those de jure buildings as a foreign takeover. So now we're going into a foreign government that is sitting in those buildings.
Wow.
So we have to come, when we come in the door, the first thing you should have is not your driver's license, it's your passport to get in that door.
Is that how the court case has basically been canceled? Because you've asked them, you've told them, actually, you've directed them to...
Well, it's not canceling. Basically, it will be settled. They will take the funds out of your passbook savings account or your passbook account, your communist passbook account.
Right, right.
Patrick?
Yeah.
After we change it, would it still be considered the communist passport?
No. You are now a republic, an American national republic. Individual.
Would they still take the funds out?
No, not unless you contract with them. You will be paying as you go with waffle currency.
What kind of currency?
Waffle currency. Real substance, not debt money.
Right. Oh, lawful. I got it, lawful. I heard waffle.
Yeah. Waffles. Yeah, we'll play them in waffles.
That's
okay.
Great.
And so how do we get that? Lawful money.
Well, when you get your new passport, basically they will probably come and talk to you about this, okay?
Oh, dear. Okay.
But when you terminate your U.S. citizen, you have a passbook bank account there. That has to be liquidated, and all the residue that is owed to you has to be returned to you. So you might be getting a big pile of money back.
Okay.
Okay, now what you do with it, I'm not going to tell you. It's up to you. You had better learn what to do with your money now.
Okay. I don't see on my passport the part to cross out. it just says United States Department of State. I don't see any part that says that I'm a United States citizen.
Does, okay, where the part is that has your picture and your name.
Yes.
At the very top on that.
Yes.
Okay? It says United States of America in all capital, doesn't it?
Yes.
That is not the nation. That is the corporate communist government.
Okay.
Because it's missing the word the.
Oh.
Yes. In the Articles of Confederation, the style of the name of the nation was to be the United States of America.
Okay.
And see, if they've left the off, that means you are a U.S. citizen, a government citizen.
Okay.
One simple little word.
Will they spell it in all caps like they have it here now?
It doesn't make any difference whether it's in all caps. It's dead anyway.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
All right.
And in several versions of the Articles of Confederation, it has the United States of America in all caps. So it really doesn't make any difference in the name of the nation, except if the is missing, then it is saying it is something different.
Okay.
Okay?
And so I cross out what and to have them corrected?
You don't cross out anything on that unless you put a red cross on it and you're doing a crucifixion of that document when you send that into the court case, into the international court case of terminating that item. Otherwise, you don't put that red cross on there. You do not mark that.
Okay.
And you only mark a JPG copy of it.
What is a JPG?
You basically scan it into you take and put your passport on the scanner of your printer, and then you scan a copy as a JPG.
Oh, okay.
A picture.
Okay.
You should always do either a JPG or a PDF of all documents after you signed and sealed them when you get ready to send them into court. So you have your records time, dated, and stamped right in your own computer.
Okay. I noticed that mine does not. I never did sign it. So should I sign it with my first, middle, and a semicolon?
Whatever is on the passport, whatever your name is shown on the passport.
With a semicolon?
That's how it should be signed.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, any other questions? Okay. Guess everybody knows everything. So
I like the picture. I like the picture of you on your passport. Do you still have a head full of hair?
Well, I still got hair up there, gray, mixed gray, I guess.
This is awesome information. Thank you.
Now, this is basically what we've been missing the whole damn time, and there's not anybody else out here talking anything about this. Yeah, they can talk a good story and basically maybe get some remedy in these court cases, but it is not the remedy that I am after. I'm after the remedy of getting out of their system to following what basically the laws were that were laid out in the Bible to be a free man, not a half-assed man.
Patrick, about the flag. So if you fly that "Don't Tread on Me" flag, like you put it in front of your house, they don't have jurisdiction to come into your house.
If you still are listed as a U.S. citizen, yeah, they can still come in and they can pull your privileges and come in anytime they want to.
Okay. Now, say you're living in a house with other people, but you're the only one who has that national.
Well, basically, when you get out of this, you're going to get rid of your family, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, divorce them. Get rid of them.
That's going to be kind of tough.
No, I mean, it's damn easy. You're going to have a whole bunch of money. Walk away.
Mexico. Yes.
They will be your worst enemy.
Mm.
In more ways than you can shake a stick at.
No, I see a lot of stuff with family issues about stuff, yeah. You're absolutely right. You do fight a lot with
they won't do what they should be doing, and basically you're not going to tell them that they're wrong.
No.
They're not going to listen to you. You're the one that's wrong. You're the oddball.
That's right.
That's right. So I just zipper my lips and I shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just point. Okay.
You sure had some words of wisdom there, Pat. That's for sure. We're all in that boat.
Yeah. Basically, just separate yourself, and then basically you can hide right in plain sight in some regards.
Gita, we can go scuba diving.
Yeah.
You said it. Snorkeling, scuba diving, anywhere in warm waters. We'll bring Patrick and his hair.
Mm-hmm.
No more fake blowjobs.
Yeah. No. Yeah, those commercial ones. Yeah. Commercial intercourse ones, yeah.
But it's really interesting how they manipulate the words to make you think it's totally something different, and you feel it's unethical to say these words, but in their language it means another thing.
Yeah. Well, see, they put the dual purpose up there, just like they did with the Pledge of Allegiance. Who wrote that Pledge of Allegiance? Check it out. It's on Wikipedia. It tells you who wrote it. He was a socialist Unitarian. And a socialist Unitarian is basically a communist.
I'm going to look
that up. A Unitarian is one that believes everything belongs to the group or to the society. You don't own anything.
Is that what happened when they did the whole blacklist trial stuff?
It was a smoking mirrors to basically get everybody to think that basically these people that did know the truth were really communists. When the government, the people that were holding the trials, were the real communists. Yeah, Roosevelt. Basically, ever since Woodrow Wilson, everybody that's basically been in government has been a Communist Party member. Even Ron Paul. Confront him on that one. Yeah. Real patriot.
Sad.
Yeah, because, see, they don't really know who they are.
How come you're getting your internet?
If you really want to find out what's going on in this country, go over and ask Putin over in Russia. He'll tell you exactly what the hell's going on.
Well, that's why they want to knock him off.
Yeah. Saddam Hussein knew what the hell was going on.
Bill Smith.
Yeah.
Omar Gaddafi knew what was going on. The guy down in Venezuela knew what was going on.
My baby. Do you think any of that, the Saddam Hussein assassination was like phony?
The what?
It was phony. It wasn't a real thing, but they wanted the public to think it was real, that it was done.
It wasn't
just
Saddam
smoking
Hussein.
mirrors. It's just like a good Connie show, okay?
Yes,
Smoking
yes.
mirrors.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay?
His own wife said, "That's not Saddam. That's not Saddam."
Mm-hmm.
Patrick?
Yeah, well, he had about 5 or 6 doubles running around, so it's hard to say. But anyway, back to the subject. Any questions on what I put up there?
One question. When we ask for our passport to be revised or changed, do we send an affidavit with this and say I want it classified as
You
a
need to
non-citizen?
read the letter that I put up there to go along with that.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And yes, you have to put an affidavit in there, and you should put a copy of your hospital birth certificate to where you certify that copy, or your Bible entry.
Okay.
A copy of your Bible entry, and you certify that. See, he who holds the original can be the certifier of that copy of that document.
Okay.
You don't need a notary public on that. But on the affidavit, for their means, you need to have a notary public.
Okay.
Now, if you use the form DS-5504 form, you do not need anybody else to sign that form. You fill it out, you sign it, and basically if you don't like the penalty of perjury or anything like that, line that out too, okay? And then you send that in to the National Passport Center.
Okay.
At a minimum, I would send it in by certified mail so that you have tracking of when it's delivered. Now, you don't need to do the expedited one, because that one you're going, even if on a no-fee passport, you have to pay for that extra service. And basically, when this gets into that passport center, this is going over to the guy that handles the non-citizen national passports, and he might only have 1 or 2 a week that he does. So he's probably going to turn it around pretty quick to where all the rest of the passports are going in as U.S. citizen passports, and there's thousands of them coming in a week.
Okay.
Or you'd think there would be 1,000 of them. Most people don't have a passport, so that's why they're in trouble. They don't have their identification.
Now, that doesn't work the same as an international passport, does it?
It is an international passport, but it's also, and see, you're dealing in a foreign country within this nation. Okay? A country is a corporation. We are from a nation. And see, in New York, the building is called not the United Countries, it's called the United Nations.
Right.
But who is being represented there is all the corporations, because it's a communist conspiracy. It's the Babylonian number 3. The first Babylon was under Nimrod, the second one was under Nebuchadnezzar, and now the third one is out here under the run amok.
Did you say run amok?
Yeah, the run amuckers. Or the muckrakers, whatever you want to call them. The snakes, the lowlifes. The Hillary Clintons. Talk about a real good example for the country, a bull dyke. Okay, anything else? Okay, have a good night. We'll talk tomorrow night then.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Patrick.
You.
Thank you,
Okay.
Patrick.
Okay, later.
Okay.
Bye.
And later.
Hey, I've got the Smithsonian up on the Pledge of Allegiance. This guy named Francis Bellamy.
Yes.
I guess he was the one that wrote it.
Yes, and I think Patrick said before was a socialist utopian, and that's what Wikipedia says. He
said socialist Unitarian.
Yeah, right.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just going to keep looking. Let somebody else talk.
The audio concerning not the audio, but the video. This is Yasharon from Illinois.
Yeah.
And my question was, because I haven't seen it yet, but I heard him talking about it, and he had the orange one instead of the DS11 one.
Video. I don't remember a video.
The U.S. passport for Ed. It was in the. It was on the conversation. We should view it.
You mean the old guy who was talking sales? I think
That's right, the old guy. That's him. There you go. That's exactly.
He's not really old, but I'm saying he's old.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you have to go to his website to look at that video.
Okay.
Are you on Skype, Yasharon?
I've been trying to get on Skype, but I can't seem to get to the point to where I could ask for an invite.
You have to download the free Skype and then send a message to Tom.
How can I send it to him?
Send a contact request to TWIDLAR.
Tom, that's exactly what I'm saying. I don't even see anything on the service that I've downloaded that even say that I can even do anything like that. I mean, all I say is Skype to sign in to Skype, and then when I sign in, it doesn't give me any option to do what you just said I can do.
And you're not signed into Skype.
You might want to download it again or something.
Doesn't he just send an email to you, Tom?
I put it on the group site a couple of days ago for the video because I couldn't download it. And we have dial-up down here in the country, so I can't download it, let alone try to see it. We don't have enough power.
Aren't you already on Skype?
I thought I was.
You are. Who is this? Max? Lever?
No, no.
Who are you?
I'm Yasharon.
I
haven't gotten an invite yet. That's what we were trying to work out.
Oh, okay.
You have to make an account, don't you? And
right.
name
I did
yourself.
all. I got my name and my password.
Well, what's your name for Skype? Did you put a different name?
No, it's a new account. I just got it about 2 weeks ago.
All right, I'm going to try to send you a friend request and see if it works now. Are you on Skype? Did you log on and everything?
I'm not on Skype.
Oh, well, that's not going to help us, is it?
No. I mean, cause I'm trying to get off the internet to use the phone to get on the call.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for you to. Yeah, well, when you get on, work on it because it's great because you have us all talking, every time, all day, whenever people, is on the computer.
Right,
The
and
great-
when you bring up your Skype, just in the search box, say Tom Weidler. Put my name, and then you'll say you're not in contact with him, and send a contact request.
Got you. Thank you, Tom. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Or else Gita. You don't have numbers after your name, do you?
What did you say? No, my name is Alpha. My Skype name is Gita.Merritt. My first and last name. But that's my Skype name, yeah. But I just put Gita for, us common folks.
Okay.
I just want to thank everybody on the group. Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
Hey, we're all here to help each other, right?
Wow.
Get our national.
Wow.
So we can hang out on some deserted island.
Right, yeah. We'll all meet up on, Dr. Maru's island and experiment.
Gilligan.
Hey, Gilligan. That's even worse. Did you send out everything already, Pat? Because I'm going to probably do it this week. So your passport. I'm just going to go get the passport information, put my old one in, do the basic stuff, and send it out.
So I missed what that red cross was on the passport thing.
Oh no, that's Patrick.
But I got a question though about the JPG and the passport. I can do that instead of the other way around.
No, you can just make a copy of it.
What's the other way around?
You can't put a JPG on a doc. It doesn't come up. You have to put a
PDF.
A PDF.
No.
You can put a JPG. You can't put a PDF.
Right.
But then you've got to put some kind of crucifix over it because you're crucifying it.
When you scan a copy, it asks you what format you want to save it in, and then you would see a format, and you click on that box and you put JPG.
JPG, yeah.
And then it'll save it and make sure it's saved on your desktop because sometimes you won't find it.
Well, what I did today
I lost mine.
When I scanned my passport picture in, after I cut it down so that it's just that page, I then made another copy. I brought it in and typed in 36-point red type copy on the bottom, and I can then use a paintbrush and draw the two lines through it to get the cross.
Oh, that's what you did, paintbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about, Tom.
Well, you could you can select a brush, but then it's all squiggly, or you can just one of the choices is to draw a line, and you can say how thick you want the line to be.
Right.
That's right.
So just do that separately in Paint, and then go ahead and insert it into your Word document.
Yeah, I got one final question. I haven't had any leeway with my Bible entry. I don't know how long it should be, how short it can be. What's preferable.
Just put the basics in. I mean,
your
there's no
name,
format. I mean, it's just
your mother's name, your father's name, their birth date, their weight, then yours. Down the family.
I mean, but what I'm saying, I don't need my whole family genealogy there, do I?
No. You don't need to write a book.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I need to go manuscript because I've been collecting people. Okay, y'all just don't know.
It would be best if it's nice if you could say your parents are married, and when they were married, and when you were born, and your hair color and size and weight or eye color, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but they wasn't married though. That's all. Otherwise, it wouldn't.
Oh.
Just use their names.
Stephen, a baby's eyes colors doesn't solidify until they're much older.
You're always born with blue eyes.
Yeah, until they get older, then it changes to their genetic codes.
Oh.
So, Stephen, my dear.
Well, don't you need some identifying description? I mean, you can't get a notary unless you have, height, weight, all that stuff.
Well, Patrick says your parents are on the Bible, then you're on it, and then you put your date, the basic stuff like Pat said, basic stuff, and then you put your weight and,
Right,
inches,
that's the way it was done. It was in the 1920s is when the birth certificate came in, and of course that's when Mandel houses were going to get you with Social Security started. Remember that self-regarding evidence number 2 statement of Edward Mandell House describing exactly how the system works, and he said those things in the 19-teens, and that's when all that stuff came in. Before it was just damn Bible entries.
You can if you go on the internet, you can pull up some examples of different Bible entries. Some do books, about. It's like writing in a diary.
Yes, that's the kind I got.
And you can do that too. That's fine.
I have a passport question. I had a passport back in 1980 when I went overseas. So and I have long since lost it. How do I get that back, or can I go to the passport? What is it, passport department, or I forget what they call it.
So you don't have any copy of it all? You don't have the passport?
No, this was back in 1980, and I've moved 100 times, and it's all gone.
Yeah, well, mine expired in 2002.
If you don't have a passport, or you don't have, if it's lost, or you don't know the number, you have to do the original DS11.
Yes, DS11.
Yeah, if you don't remember the number or anything, but if you have your passport, then you do the other one, the 5504.
So basically, I just go in as if I've never had a passport. I just start all over. Correct?
I think so.
Either that, or I guess you could call the passport people and see.
Okay. Because
according to their website, if it's lost and it's expired, you just apply for a new one.
Okay.
Well, it's probably expired. I mean, I don't know. This was back in 80, and I went over there.
Well, Patrick pointed out to me when I went through that mine's expired. Do I need to renew it? Mm-hmm. And he jumped all over me because he says if you read the DS-82 for renewal, it cites statutes and codes, and we stay away from those like the plague. Now, the DS-11 and 5504 don't cite statutes and codes. And he does point out that the 5504 just asks for the most recent passport. Doesn't ask whether it's expired or not.
So it might be easier just to go in and just apply for a passport like I never had one.
That's one way. That's why I would say, if you could call the passport people and get your number, then you could do a 5504, except you're still supposed to turn in the old passport with it. So you're probably DS-11 is what you have to do.
Yeah, because it's definitely under the category of lost.
Right, okay.
And I have no fear of it having been stolen because it probably just ended up in the trash somewhere along the line, fell behind something and swept away. You know how that stuff happens, it disappears. So.
Okay.
Well, Tom, I have a question. This is Nancy in Colorado. The person in this group who actually used the court trump card and was able to get a court case dismissed, I would be very interested to learn a little bit more about what she did and how she
Yes,
did about
I tried to see if she could be on the call tonight, and I left her a Skype message about 3. I called about half hour before, and just her daughter was home. Didn't know when she was going to be back. So I'll see if I can try to get her on for tomorrow.
It'll be interesting because up until the breakthrough with the passport, did she use the court trump card prior to the passport breakthrough?
Yes.
She did.
Passport breakthrough was just last week.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, the passport breakthrough was last Friday. I'm going to turn off the recording.
Hey, Thomas.